Hello Libra, this is your February 1st to February 15th, 2017 read. For the main read, I am using the Morgan Greer Tarot. This is the back of those. And for the advice cards, the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, which I always look at the box even though I know the name for whatever reason. Okay. The underlying energy is strength, so that's good. Which the top card kind of helps too. It's the Four of Rods, which I'm really feeling like your home is your strength. Good. Okay, so I think what's adding to the overall energy, strength. We got courage on the bottom of this one. Just I don't know if you want to see it. There you go. Strength and courage seem to really be supporting everything. I feel like it's kind of mixing in with that Four of Rods and kind of directing that energy. That you have a lot of strength at home. You find your strength at home, and I think that's a lot about what this is about. I don't know where this is. I got two here, but I'm not. Okay, let's put you there. Let's flip this over this way. Like I think this goes for the whole thing too. Okay. Harvest, divine guidance. Okay. This seems to be, I feel like this is going around the whole reading. Harvest and divine guidance. And harvest is the dominant energy there. Divine guidance makes me feel like it's an underlying thing, kind of in the sense of like there's things falling into place around you to help this work out in a very pleasurable way. Because like sometimes a harvest can take some work. But I feel like this is a good time. And I don't feel like, alright, I feel like you're putting in the effort, but I don't feel like it's like draining. I feel like it's inspiring. Like you do some, it inspires you to do some more, and you just kind of roll with it, and it's one of those things where you look back and you're like, wow, I can't believe I did all that. Like, where did I get the energy? How did I do that? But I did it. Like, it's one of those situations, and that's like overall, there's a lot of overall energy coming on here. Get a lot of strength, a lot of courage. It's to deal with home life. I feel like this is a lot about home life for Libra at this point. I have the Temperance card as we move on out, which is, I feel like for you it's more of like comfort and things balancing out the way you want them to. That card can mean some different things for me personally, but I feel like you feel like it's a just situation. When we're building up to this, they're all good cards, and by that, what I mean by that is like I don't feel like there's any bumps in the road for this time frame. But as we're moving out, we got the Cups here with the Temperance. Like I feel like this is balancing efforts, balancing emotions, balancing situations. Especially when you got Libra involved, it makes me really feel like it feels more reminiscent of the scales. And just things working out in a fair way, and as far as you're concerned, they've worked out in a very fair way. So that's where we're going as we head out of the February 15th time frame, which is interesting because I feel like we're reading the book backwards. It's kind of like skipping to the last chapter and reading how it ends before you know how it even began. But it's funny because I think one of the reasons we're starting there is because when you start this, you have a lot of energy. Mental energy is like the Chariot, and this is you taking action. I feel like you're very involved, getting things done. Like I feel like you're kind of like pushing the cart, but I don't feel like it's hard to do. What is happening? Oh, my dog is getting my attention. You're pushing the cart in a sense, and what I mean by that is kind of like you're getting things going. I don't feel like you're pushing it. I don't feel like it's hard to push. How's that? You kind of get it moving, and you're doing a lot of the work, but I don't feel like it's like. I feel like you're inspired and you're kind of energized to do so. I mean, it's going well. As you're pushing the cart, in the sense, you're like pushing things, trying to get them going. They do start. It's kind of like I think of like when I was a kid. My father had a car where we had a driveway. It was on a slope, and the car wouldn't start unless you got it moving. And once you got it rolling a little bit, you could pop the clutch or whatever, I think he'd say, and it would start the car. kind of the same thought in this sense. You're kind of pushing the cart, pushing the situation along. I'm going to have this backwards if I don't do it right for you. There we go. So this is where we're starting. We're going that way. Hopefully that looks right for you, because I think it's going to look right for you. So you're kind of pushing the car, getting it going down the hill, and then it kind of like pops into gear and it starts. Like it starts you moving it forward and getting it, like you prepared it, you've got it in the right position, you got it so it can roll down the hill, and then you pop the clutch and it starts. That's the best analogy I can give right now. I hope that makes sense. As it does, I feel like other people around you, this is the environment around you, and this card is kind of dipping in between, like here's how this is kind of showing up. So this is the card that's in your direct line. This card is in the environment, and this is what's below them here, authenticity. I don't know if you can read that. There you go. Alright, so what's happening is as this all comes into place, you're like, I feel like you're, I feel like there's other people who already support what you want to do, and they get right in line with it, and they just go, it goes forward. Like, I feel like things go your direction. One of the reasons they go your direction is because you're not the only one that wants to do this. And as you get the thing going, everybody's like, yeah, let's do it. And it's a welcome thing, and it's very much a community effort. So it's either family or it's a really tight-knit group of people. People who work together well. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups, also right after the rods, which makes me think you feel very blessed. Things are working out right. Things are working out the way they should work out. Like this rainbow is like perfect ending in your opinion, or perfect situation. Things are going perfectly. Just so you're aware of it, I'm getting right below this, the Hermit card. This is the environment again. This in this position, this right here, makes me really feel like anybody who has disagreements or doesn't agree with the way you feel or the way you're handling things, they're shelving their opinions for now. They're just not saying how they feel. They're just going along with it. Things are going well. Why rock the boat? It's fine. It's nothing that needs to be said. Like I don't want to say that everybody agrees with the way things are going. I do feel like they're going well, and because of that, because of the outcome, because of how things are seemingly going, they're just shelving any type of opinion or concern. I don't feel like people are saying anything against what you're doing. And it's not like I feel like anything is bad. I just feel like there's naturally just people who have different opinions, but I feel like they're shelving them and they're not saying anything. I feel like there might be some offshoots to this situation. This is again in the environment. We got a bit in the environment, it seems to me. After the Hermit card, you have the this Ace of Swords, which makes me think these people with any differences they might have, while they do shelve them at first, I feel like they kind of branch off on their own, and if they want to do something a little different, they do it on their own. And I don't feel like that's a problem for you. This is, again, at the beginning I mentioned the Temperance card where things are balancing out and things are fair. When they kind of branch out on their own, I feel like you're okay with it. Like, you're aware that sometimes you have difficulties with these people or person. Not like they're bad people, just that like you can butt heads, and you don't really like button heads with them. So when they kind of branch off on their own and do their own thing, you're like, that's completely cool. Like, I don't have to argue with you about anything, and I don't want to, or I don't have to like be diplomatic or make things that work out. You're going to do things on your own, your way. I can do things my way, this way. People who want to stay with me or stay with me. People who don't, that's fine. Like, I feel like you're very happy and feel like it's very balanced out how it works out, because the people who, in the beginning, they don't really say that they have differences, but then you kind of find out because they kind of do a little bit on their own, or they take their own direction on certain things and just kind of handle certain things on their own, and you're fine with that. Because it's kind of like, well, my piece is going well, and I got my piece handled. They're handling that the way they want to, and I don't really have to be a diplomat or work things out for them. They're just going to work it out themselves. The Temperance card has the Isis inspiration above it, which I feel like when I see this, I feel like your emotions are in the right place. You're feeling good about the situation. I feel like you feel very confident and centered. This is again going with the temperance, things balancing out. I feel like one of the reasons it doesn't bother you is because you're seeing it from all angles, or you're seeing it from more angles than maybe you normally would. So you're kind of seeing it like it could go this way and that way, and it can work out that way, and it's fine if they want to do that, and just kind of like not my, how does this saying go? Not my monkey, not my circus. I don't know how exactly that works out, except that like basically whatever goes on there, that's their business and they'll handle it. I don't need to handle it for them. They're completely fine, and they might as well handle themselves. They can't run everything. I can't run everything anyway, and it's not mine to run. And you're more than happy to let that piece of it go, or let them handle that the way they want to. It's completely fine. This is again that balance working out. Like you're like, this is fine. I shouldn't be having to control everything anyway. So I like that this is working out this way. I really feel when this little branch off happens, you like it. It's just a stress reliever. Even though you were very active and got the whole thing started, the fact that some of it's branching out and some of it's getting taken care of on its own, or getting a life of its own, you're more than happy with that. You're completely cool with it. Moving, I think this is more in conjunction with Temperance and the Ace of Swords. So this is more in conjunction with your line. This is more in conjunction with their line. I feel like they're having a lot of success doing things on their own, which you're very cool with. And it's one of the ways, I feel like you kind of feel very proud that the way you started it and the way that you just handled it and they branched off and it was cool. If you really like that. And I feel like while you're watching them, you're getting other ideas. They're handling it on their own, but you're getting other ideas on how you could deal with things or maybe do some other things on your own side differently. It's very like awe-inspiring. You like this. You're very proud that it branched off the way it did, whatever the situation is. And you're getting more ideas about what you want to do in the future. It's really sparking that creativity. I also think that you're kind of praising people. I'm seeing the bird here very strongly, and I feel like you're singing their praises. They're like, this is good. That was kind of corny, but whatever. I feel like you are singing their praises, and I kind of sang it. Oh, the energy just kind of went low. Okay. I thought I had more coming out here. Basically, this whole time frame for you, I feel like whatever the situation is you're getting started, it goes well. I think this is like the ideal situation for a Libra, because you get it started, you have your hand in it, you get it going, you push that car down the road, and you pop it into gear, and it starts. It takes a life. It kind of like there's an offshoot from. It's almost like one of those motorcycles with a sidecar, and then the sidecar goes on its own path. But it's supposed to, in this sense, not like a comedy thing. Moving on. So you're very happy about how that works out, and I feel like you're very awe-inspired about not only starting the situation, getting it going, bringing people into the fold, enjoying the time, but then how other people kind of go off on their own and do their own thing in their own way. But I feel like you're not like completely secluded from it. I just feel like you're not in control of the other piece, but you're like, I feel like that's completely fine. You're very comfortable and happy about that because you don't want to control everything. And you're very proud that it took a life of its own, and people are kind of like building off of your success in a sense. So, and you praise them for it because you're like, you want to encourage them to keep going, and that's cool. I feel like you're still encouraged or included, I should say, in the same situation. It's just you're not in control of it as it goes forward after that. But I feel like you're really okay with it. However you fold into it, it's just like it takes a lot of responsibility off of you, but you're okay with it. You're completely fine. It's like, that's cool. That's good. I'm fine. I'm more than happy to enjoy what's happening, and I'll help out where needed, but this is good. I'm happy. Okay. So that is your February 1st to February 15th, 2017 read. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.